I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Which stands one nation, under God, liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Jesse. Here. Here. Peterson here. Bishop. Grant abides by the Nebraska Open Meeting Act in conducting business. A copy of the Nebraska Open Meeting Act is on display in the meeting room as required by Nebraska state law. On the south. The mayor and the city council reserve the right to enter into a closed session at any time during the meeting in accordance with the Nebraska Open Meeting Act, even though the closed session may not be indicated on the agenda. It is in the intention of the mayor and the city council to take up items on the agenda in order they are presented at the or the mayor and the city council have the right to take up matters in a different order to accommodate the schedules of the city council members, persons having items on the agenda, and the public. The city of Grant further reserves the right to address the order of items on the agenda. Anyone wishing to speak during public comment may be limited to 3 minutes per person, with a limit of 2 individuals speaking per topic. Please come to the podium and clearly state your name and address for the record. Your agenda item you wish to speak upon and professional matter. This meeting is being recorded. Did everyone have a chance to review the agenda?
Move to accept the September 10th, 2024 proposed agenda.
And remove Sam second. We accept the September 10th, 2024 agenda. Any discussions? Sam, how do you vote? Sandra? Yes. Tierney? Yes. Motion carried. Review and action of prior meeting minutes, August 27th, 2020. Sam moved, Tierney second, that we accept the prior meeting minutes for August 27th, 2024, and waive reading. Any discussion? Tierney, have a vote? Yes. Sam? Andrea? Yes. Motion carried. Review and action of prior public hearing minutes for September 4th, 2020.
Move to accept the minutes on September 4th, that they waive reading.
And your new Tierney second, that we accept the prior meeting minutes from the public hearing meeting, September 4th, 2024. Any discussion? Andrea, how do you vote?
Yes.
Sam? Tierney? Yes. Motion carries. Communications, everyone?
A little bit here, I apologize. So upcoming meetings, the library board will meet tomorrow at 5:15 p.m. at the library in the room. Hearing at 6 p.m. tomorrow, September 11th. In this very room, begin the budget hearing for the city raised tomorrow at 6 p.m. in this very room. The 18th, I'll be attending an economic development conference in Kearney. On the 18th, the tree board will meet. Wednesday, September 18th. The tree board will meet at 2 p.m. in this room. And then on Friday, Mr. Forney and myself will be attending the Tree City USA annual conference. We will be accepting the educator award. Bringing it back here, a lot of training institution for you, for some teachers that here.
Source.
Yes, we're just receiving on behalf of those teachers to be out of school. So, then we're just waiting to hear from Mr. Rising on the date and time. This, And that'll take us to our next city council meeting on the 24th. And that last council meeting of this fiscal year. Excited to announce that Zach passed his driving test. He's been driving times so far, and he's received a phone call of any trash is not getting picked up, so that's a good start. Solo driving, so good news there. Obviously freed up another guy that does not actually riding with him. So hopefully we can get back on track there. Attending ARWA Prince for his continuing education hours for his water 35 grade 4 and grade 6 licensure continuing October 1st through the 3rd. And then the next two classes are for Zach. We got to get him his grade 6 and his grade 4 from 8th through the 13th. He will be in Grand Island. February 4th through the 6th, he will be in North. So good news there that we can get him trained up quickly. He's going to take this just lost basis water. So yeah, good news there. This feels like just crazy this time of year. I spray 2 times a week for mosquitoes right now. They're just the ways. Not security this morning, but he's almost carried away. So we'll be trying to mitigate that. Eric is continuing to try and adjust the chemical composition for the street spraying to try and get those weeds knocked back. I did receive, I had 2 applications for a custodian. Received 1 back. Waiting on the other one to come back. Waiting to this Friday. Meetings, hopefully studying when it's not. Good news there. Published in the paper several times to no application. I mean, we were just not a smart use of funds for as much as that cost newspaper. Facebook, no hits. Just going around, we got 2 hits. So good deal there. Steve's trying to get the cactus cemetery under control. That's an issue working on it is we are gaining ground on that, so that's good news there. Then foundation, myself, the mayor, Brenda Stiskel met regarding the library foundation in Brenda's office. They informed us of their intention to form their own subdivision and plan moving forward. Library foundation. Moving forward, they will have the library director in the House grant being requested. A lot of issue which they are still working on. To which gets to the library foundation. The foundation will then purchase the granted item or items. There's just one of the items. Vice versa. For a portion of the registered items. And then they will pay this. Effectively removing them from the component unit of the library and from our own. So if they fall. This case scenario there. It's like a whole lot easier. Lots of T's about their eyes came out the meeting and looked like for any other people. That's all I have for.
Very much. State committee reports. Andrew?
I received a training last night, and there was no business, they just basically approved bills and move forward.
Charlie? We Sam?
Yeah.
See, we've got enforcement. Water. Please note that we can set action.
No, sure.
Or not the sheriff, sorry, not the sheriff. Good. Please note. Angel Johnson there and Carlos. Today.
Had to give me a call. Say appreciate, and to say that stuff matters and it's helping. By way of quick update, we had a very busy day today. We have CA, we have construction finance, bank, we opened bids. So it is moving, it's moving quickly. On a side note to that, one of the things came out in bids, you're probably gonna get a call from either Airs there, or somebody with electricity.
Yeah, there's actually already.
Okay, I'll work. That's. Come down somewhere. Just by the way, just we're doing well. The meeting with the USDA was primarily about, if you guys kind of remember, one of the conditions that was put on our letters of conditions for receiving the loan was that we have $3.15 million on hand. Yes, it's that such a moving number because we're paying expenses all the time. It pays actually that amount. We don't have. Today was to say, yeah. I think we're gonna catch all this. I think we're gonna stop it. Show we want time. Close to getting it. We did get another come in today that wanted to do a challenge. You've probably seen that. We haven't here at least the details. We don't know the details yet, but there's another challenge. Anything more in time, we do thank you. We appreciate it. We this thing's gonna happen, and you know, I had a back to meeting with her at the very beginning of us helping her save the licenses. It's kind of like when I say it out loud, I have to get goosebumps. It's holy cow, this thing. It is. And we appreciate it. Your letters mattered. It all mattered.
Can you state your address just for,
Yeah,
my office to state your address as well?
Can I use my PO box? Or my home?
So my address.
45 Garden France.
Stand on that picture.
Yes.
When I'm going there with you. Just missing one picture if you like.
Do not smile. I'm not smiling. Thank you very much. How do you say you're proud?
Don't worry, I'm not saying cross. I've got a photo in my, but thank you, appreciate Clark, we put a lot of. And, it shows, and we're almost at that. That's threshold, I mean, threshold after that, another threshold.
Yeah, there will be.
And
And
you've met every challenge so far, so
thank you.
I'm fully confident.
Bid proposal, bid start. It may not be much, maybe just. People always see something.
Well, thank you.
Yes, thank you guys, appreciate it.
Thank you for keeping me on track. What do you have to say? I forgot about official resolution. All right. Motion and discussion on ordinance number 240801. Jesse, would you read that for us?
Number 24-08-01, and ordinance of the city of Branch, Nebraska, creating street improvement district number 2024-01. Goodness of me, defining the boundaries of said district and the property continuing to and providing for the construction of improvements herein, increasing in grading and or regrading, recurbing, or reguttering, or construction of improvement better, as may be required, paving, paving, drainage, treatment, pedestrian walkways, such other ordinances as may be incidental.
Thank you very much.
Good. All right, Austin, if you can hear us,
Hey, I can hear you.
cool.
I'm sorry, did we come on?
Oh, yeah, Austin Partridge, from Northland is on. Here to give us help us guide us through the rest of this process here. So Austin, if there's anything you want to help with this first ordinance on the creation of the necessary paving district.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Austin with Northland. Thanks for letting me join through Zoom tonight. I don't think I have too much to add or expand on for the ordinances tonight that relate to the financing of the public infrastructure for the subdivision, but just wanted to be on for any questions as you go for the second reading tonight. This first ordinance is it's a street improvement district ordinance, so we're defining the boundaries really of the subdivision as it relates to the paving component. State statute makes us pull the paving and the water and sewer apart and do them as separate districts. So the first ordinance that you have tonight is just the paving ordinance, and then you'll have the water and sewer extension district next, and then lastly you'll have the bond ordinance that I mentioned briefly last time that will authorize and set that cap of the amount of bond that can be issued for the project. And then the last one is that reimbursement resolution, just as a protective measure to allow us to reimburse ourselves with bond proceeds if there is an expense that we pay prior to having the bond proceeds in place. But everything's moving along in terms of the timeline. We're on track and moving forward. So just let me know if you have any other questions. We did make that one small change from last time on the resolution language. So that was the change that we made for tonight. But just let me know if there's any other questions or comments on the language within those ordinances.
And would you maybe also briefly touch on LB 34 and the changes that will be coming in the 25-26 timeframe with that?
Yep. So LB 34 was the legislative bill that was passed during the special session, signed into law by the governor. It will take, Ed's right, it'll take effect next year. But what LB 34 does is caps the revenue asking, so your dollar asking for property taxes, as opposed to traditionally what we had was a levy limit of 45 cents or 50 cents if you have an interlocal. So now it really it's the same thing they did with schools last year. It's capping the dollars that you can grow your tax asking by. The benefit is that there's carve outs for a lot of different items. As you all probably know, the carve out for any type of first responder, police, medical expense, those are not capped by LB 34. And then also as it pertains to our world and issuing bonds, most bonded indebtedness is also outside of LB 34. So it really doesn't have any impact on the bonds that we're looking at for the subdivision or any future bonds that you would be issuing or really have issued in the past. Most every bond issue that you would be issuing is outside of the purview of LB 34. The one small exception that we're still trying to work through with a couple different bond attorney firms would be any type of like lease purchase that you would that you would publicly issue or any type of municipal facility corporation bond that is payable from the general fund. So we've never done any type of financing like that with the city, but those would be the two kind of unique situations. Everything else really is outside of the the purview of LB 34. So
Chance to review this.
I did.
Any
And-
concerns?
I don't have any other, dates or changes to it after that.
We need to pass it tonight to break ground on Monday, correct?
We need to pass it tonight in order to have the funds available for construction.
So first we need to waive the third reading and then pass it. Is that how we do that?
Yes.
Yeah, if that's,
If that's what council should.
It's a unique circumstance, it's getting a subdivision, it's the first time in the year, so it's not like it's. And also trying to save it a little.
Right, and also, I mean, this is something that we asked the community about many times, and we've had two different, I don't want to say reports, but surveys, like surveys, comprehensive reports backing this. So I mean, we do have lots of, ways to justify waiving a third reading because this is something we already know the community supports because of the different comprehensive surveys that we've studies that we've done. And so,
So where are the bills gonna flow through? DRA or us?
CRA.
Sure.
And then some will potentially be flowing.
So when's the CRA's next meeting that they would potentially have to even pay any of this bills?
We'll have a
Mhm.
meeting as soon as we have,
When we get the first bill.
we've been just scheduling them this next Thursday.
So at least 3 days, you have to let them know at least 3 days ahead,
Yep.
so when you get a bill, it'll be at least 3 days.
And as we find stuff out, we may figure out if we need to have it at specific times.
like it's like
Talks about at least through the first, maybe
And what if you don't have quorum?
6 months that we would.
Then you'll have to continue it till the next time,
Just like you
because
guys.
they're the only ones that will pay the bills out.
And then some of them will run through you, portion that we're gonna pay out of ARPA. These through our bills and claims. And then, those loans, we've seen them, we'll run them through bills and claims, the funds go into the CRA.
in Harper, that was 250,000 basically.
203, 202 plus some interest.
So that amount would run through us because it's not.
So explain that again, Jesse, just a minute. Okay, so they have to pay the bills, but it's all coming here. Part of it's coming through us first.
Part of it's gonna, the ARPA
The
funds,
ARPA funds, will they be paying through the ARPA funds?
you guys will pay
So they
directly.
know what portion we're paying and what portion they're having to pay?
Everything's gonna be reported to them, and they know that we're portion out of certain terms, and they know that those loan proceeds will come through you guys and there's something.
So we as a council, will we see what amount they're paying? Since really ultimately, this is our responsibility to pay these bills. If they don't sell property, if they don't sell, if they don't have funds in, ultimately it is our responsibility to make sure those bills are paid. Is that correct?
On some of it.
No,
Yeah.
is that correct or not? What is some of it? Some of it we don't have to pay. The actual city does not have to pay some of that back then?
This limit still falls under the board.
Strictly.
I don't know.
Ultimately, it comes down to how many, well, I don't know what their funds are, you have, their funds are in there. They would, at start of project date. Whatever funds they actually have available to them, is what they would potentially be liable for. But rest, if something would happen with our CRA, they get in trouble, they don't take filings correctly, XYZ.
Board members quit, we don't have a quorum.
Correct.
I don't want that to happen, but.
Which
Maybe eventually.
So
these
we
things
probably
could
need to,
happen.
we probably need to be kept
You guys,
To date,
you
maybe.
guys are getting all of it in your financials.
Okay.
All this in there.
Okay.
You should be reviewing it, I mean.
Yep.
It's all in
So
there.
it'll be in there, it'll show
Oh,
what,
that's good.
what they've spent, so we know what what the debt is, so we have that knowledge as a council, so that we just in case, I have no doubt that they're gonna be great, but I just,
Right,
it just,
well, especially since one ultimately would fall back on us, so, and they are a group of volunteers and.
okay,
It's
I just didn't
happened.
know.
And things
It's
happen,
happened in communities close to us with CRA issues, so.
right, right, and it's hard to get volunteers, so.
So ultimately, if it does come down to it, can we pay bills? The city, can they pay, or does it all have to run through the CRA?
For like the development portion.
Yeah,
No, the parts, I mean, that's why like the ARPA funds, you guys are gonna just pay out directly. It's going in, it's just gets directly. I mean, if there was overages or something. And we've also talked about coming back for additional loan proceeds if we decide to widen the street and things like that.
maybe so the street is not being widened, like
Street.
the fire department asked, they did. Okay,
So, but then they
Yes.
are requesting you
Okay.
for the rest.
But they're gonna have to come back and request the additional money in this budget to do that, in order to do that.
so that's not in the actual plan for the street. Okay, so the widening of the street that Don Softly asked for was, or is in that contract?
It's in the contract.
When do they have to come back?
They'll have to come back because they're gonna have to ask for the CRA is gonna have to, they asked you for 125,000. They're gonna have to come back and ask for you 175, so the addition 50,000.
Because of the widening of the street.
And that had changed mid-process.
Yep.
Okay, I see why that was problematic. So what happens if, let's say a couple of CRA board members are sick? You know, and we don't have quorum, can the council then pay those bills?
Just a change.
Okay. Until we get a volunteer. Okay. It's good to know ahead of
Yeah.
time. You know, you plan for it, it doesn't happen.
And like I said, we had discussed about possibly moving to a monthly meeting during this time frame anyway,
That
so.
would be good.
We'll see. I didn't really get a whole lot of good feedback from the CRA on that. It's kind of like the, as a meeting. These are all on different work schedules.
Normally, as soon as the bill, sorry, so like, it's not like your guys', but sometimes we even, not even longer.
It's really good.
So is the CRA meeting before September 24th?
The CRA has no scheduled meeting at this time. None necessary right now. They don't have a bill. Yeah.
So in those bids, is any of that money due on construction or again, bills? I mean, ultimately, to follow the status quo of what you guys have done, until the fine markets. I guess I'm trying to figure out is the bill that's due before the tours.
I assume materials will be.
Materials. We'll more than likely have a bill by the end.
Plus, we can't go up for bond until it passes. too. And that's the big part.
Yeah, it'll take time. So. We potentially then have the funds flow in October, November timeframe, and we should be wrapping it. And that's what TC engineering, so it's just gonna be like all the rest of the projects, everything comes in.
Lots.
We need a motion, and we need to start reading first.
Yep.
All right, I'll make a motion to waive the third reading of an ordinance 2408-1, ordinance street improvement district, like Carlsbad.
Second. Sam moved, Tierney second, that we waive the third reading for ordinance number 240801. An ordinance creating street improvements for District 202401. Any more discussion? Karen, do you have? Yes. Sam,
Yes.
Andrea,
No.
Kimberly,
Yes.
motion carried. All right, action and discussion on ordinance number 2408. Oh, sorry,
No.
sorry. Action and discussion on ordinance 240801. So now we need a motion to pass it.
Make a motion to pass ordinance number 240801. Ordinance creating street improvements on districts 2401.
Now move to any second that we move forward with ordinance number 240108. What? Oh, one.
801.
240801. That's right. Any discussion? Kimberly, how do you vote? Yes. Jenny?
Yes.
Andrea?
Yes.
Sam?
Yes.
Motion carried. Very good. Okay. Now we're on ordinance number 240802. Could you please read the?
Ordinance number 24-08-02, an ordinance of the city of Grand Rapids creating water and sewer extension district number 2024-01 within the city, defining the boundaries of said district and the property contained herein, and providing for the construction of improvements herein consisting of sewer mains, water mains, manholes, service lines, water lines, valves, fire hydrants, water services, such other pertinences as may be incidental thereto.
Thank you, Jesse. Any reflection on this, Austin, for us?
Sorry, nothing else on this one. This would just be the water and sewer extension district for the water and sewer components of the subdivision. But let me know if there's any questions or if there's anything you would like me to expand on for this particular ordinance.
Thank you. We need the same.
We need to make a motion to waive the third reading, ordinance number 24-08-. For the ordinance creating water and sewer extension district 2024-01 for the purpose of extending the city's water and sewer system beyond the boundaries of the city's existing city. Within the district as set forth on the plans and on files at the office of the city clerk. Just really stumped that right. They weren't interested. I'm like,
Did I hear you say? I did. I just wanted to make sure. Tierney moved and Kimberly second that we waive the third reading for ordinance number 240802. Any discussion? Kimberly, how do you vote?
Yes.
Tierney?
Yes.
Andrew?
No.
Sam?
Yes.
Motion carried. All right, now to the ordinance number 240802, an ordinance creating water and sewer extension for district 2024-01.
I'll move to accept action on ordinance number 24-08-2. Second.
Tierney moved, Kimberly second to take action on ordinance number 240802. Any discussion? Sam, how do you vote?
Yes.
Andrew?
Yes.
Tierney?
Yes.
Kimberly?
Yes.
Motion carried. All right.
There's no aperture 2 inches in the next.
I know.
Moving along, Jesse, would you read the next ordinance, please?
Ordinance number 24-08-03, an ordinance authorizing the issuance delivery of bond anticipation notes series 2024 of the city of Grant, Nebraska, in one or more series and in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $500,000. Provide interim financing for the costs of constructing and improving streets and other improvements in street improvement district number 2024-01 of the city, and for the costs of constructing and improving water and sewer extensions and other improvements in water and sewer extension district number 2024-01, authorizing certain officials to determine the final aggregate principal amount, maturities, rates, redemption provisions, terms, and other details of such notes, describing the form and details of the notes, and implementing to issue general obligation various purpose loans the notes at maturity equipment to towards paid amounts by the other integral funds, between three funding notes, designating the notes as qualified stocks and police obligations, adopt certain post-issue tax rates, and procedures with respect to the notes, and authorizing certain other documents matched to the airway. Very good job.
It's gonna be the same as the last two. It's really interesting. Can we move to second, the reading and ordinance still from floor and read or reading the section. Here we go. No. Sarah, yes, Jenny, yes, tonight, Russian.
First part is what it was. An ordinance about the bonds, so the excuse ratio for sure, we're going to first. It talks about the 3 days for it to listen. For the other 2 days, masks that gets changed. Or this one. This kind of plastic music.
The back needs to go on.
Can we do some live worship to correct? Final reading, or it's that's on there. It's on go now. That's spiritual order. No, I see.
What page?
It's page 3. If you reach page 3 down. This is where it's around there. On page 2, paragraphs 3.
Okay, I see.
And then
Yep.
paragraph.
So just need to amend. Or, so I'm not sure this motion will be this particular.
That's what we need. We're going to. We have changed from that meeting.
Yeah. The one that I.
It would just be on your motion to approve this last sentence with the.
Oh, okay.
Motions for 9:30, or 5, the change that would be of the word with others.
I apologize. I couldn't
Yeah,
hear
me
any of
too.
that. If there is a question or anything that I could help with. I might need that repeated. I apologize.
No problem.
So the date didn't get changed from August 27th to September 10th.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to accept that ordinance number 24 that will be read for 2 weeks and to change the date of paragraph 3 and 5 to say that it was adopted by the city council on September 10th, 2024.
Second.
Attorney moves, Sam seconds, that we accept ordinance number 2408 or changing paragraphs 3 and the date arrives to the 2020s. Through discussion. Attorney Hazel, yes. Simon, yes. Terry, yes. Sam, yes. Person carried. All right. Action, item D, action discussion on resolution number 24. Certain capital expenditures from policy for tax and funding advice. Is there anything in this?
That's right, sure, 24, just the next council, the rest, education, we would, high risk of. In states.
Then move to second that we accept resolution number 2408. Any discussion? Andrea, how do you do? Here, Sam, yes, Tony, yes, William, yes, motion. All right.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks again for letting me join over Zoom, and we'll move forward. We're on track with the bond sale process and getting funds in place. So appreciate the opportunity and the relationship. So hope everyone has a good night.
That's you too. Thank you.
Okay. Yep. Bye now.
All right. Ordinance 24. Want to read this for us, Gigi?
Ordinance number 24-08-04. For the unpaid. Employee on senior versus fiscal year of October 1st, 2024 through September 30th, 2025. Procuring all. In order to. Something such order for promoting for that. Please.
Okay, it almost took me to agree with the county, but Sam and I, thank you for. Since each thing, you can have to watch the video, I was putting a while to try and figure out where that calculation was actually being calculated from. Was to discern where that calculation from is more of a misunderstanding on my part. So I had said that the $1.89 was the department head wage adjustment. If you don't give the comparable community average, it's only $1.59. That's where the 59 cents came from, with $1 remaining for mayor's merits, which we get to that conclusion.
Yeah.
I would just state that I don't read 59 cents is enough for a department head adjustment. But hey, if that's the route we need to go to get across the finish line. So be it.
This is the only. Number, I'm in agreement with that, about this, the only number anybody has any. Concerns with or anything.
No, I did not have any concerns with any over the wages. Did anybody else? I did not.
So. Since it's one position and one employee, and. It's really easy to figure out who that is. You know, I think that, individuals have privacy rights as employees. And I think if we want to discuss this further, which I want to do, I think we should do it in the executive session. I'm making a motion for executive session at 19:44 to discuss the single wage of the new department head to include the city council, the mayor, Ed, and city attorney.
Or mention injury to the individual.
Yes,
Education
needless injury to the individual. Avoid needless injury to the individual. Thank you.
I'll second. Sam moved, Tierney seconded, we go into executive session at 19:44 to prevent injury to an individual. Any discussion?
Injury or education. Print it, we see it printed.
I'm gonna print it and. Kimberly, how do you vote?
Yes.
Tierney? Yes. Sam?
Yes.
Andrea? Yes. All right, we make that session.
You give me a moment to stop the recording, please.
Make a motion to come out of executive session at 20:15.
Sam moved and Andrea second to come out of executive session at 20:15. Any discussion? Okay, how do you vote? Yes. Sam?
Yes.
Motion here. All right, on to new business. Action and discussion on resolution 240901. Resolution for the signing of the municipal annual certificate of program compliance form for the Nebraska Board of Public Works classification standards. I believe that is.
Their standard fare here.
Yep.
It states that we're in compliance with 392115 and 392119. We have the standards of design, construction, and maintenance. Talks about the tax revenue and the reporting for that. Accounting system, including inventory, machinery, equipment, and supplies. Tracks equipment operation costs and the public records information and required subsection 2, 392520. Again, this is just an annual application.
And you have to authorize me to sign it.
You know, that's within the resolution.
It's within it already.
Move to accept resolution 240901.
Second.
Andrea moved. Sam second to accept resolution 24-09-01. Any discussion? Jenny, how do you vote? Yes. Yes. Andrea? Both. Sam?
Yes.
Motion carries. All right. These are fund receipts were just in your packet to see if there was anything else that we noticed between the last time you looked at them. What's thing?
So there was, let's see which, I thought I highlighted it. I did not.
There is a highlight on it.
Okay, so yeah, like in the lottery, we know that we were gonna expense in the forecast of 15,000. That changed the budget for next year. The lottery funds. That was in Swansea. No inflation there.
We already at this, but it's just looking at it.
So that, I did send it to you.
Where's? Well, otherwise, let's go.
Because otherwise we have to use for back another situation, which we may potentially in the water department. So I'll have that conversation with her.
The other changes are in the sewer and the water department. We will not get our SCADA update done within this fiscal year. Therefore, it needs to carry over, balance needs to carry over into next year, and so. Adjustments were made appropriately for those departments as well as the bills and tricks. Be joining us in person tomorrow, so. I've not heard otherwise. Ask for a Zoom link, so.
There's communication like this.
um,
I'm sure. Like, Texture, public interests, we're very good for subject property, members of council, mayor. And Jesse, Lauren. And beginning, it's what's. And we moved every second that we go to his, we go to his, and we use. For the juniors, for the purchase of property, any discussion.
And then that is in council. Tired. I'm very code, yes, Kimberly, yes, Andrea, yes, Sam, yes. Motion carried, we are in executive session.
Session at 8:52.
Second.
Andrew, you moved to executive session, and we ready to Kimberly, second in discussion. Jamie, how do you vote? Kimberly? Yes. Sam?
Yes.
Andrew? Yes. Motion carried.
I'd like to table action and discussion on potential purchase of 402 Central Avenue in Grant, Nebraska until our next, city council meeting on October 27th, 2024.
Second. Kearney moved, Kimberly seconds that we table action and discussion on potential purchase of 402 Central Avenue until October 27th, 2024. Any discussions? 27th.
October 26th.
Oh,
I just agree what Lisa said.
Two, sorry.
October 22nd. It missed my,
Tierney, would you amend your original motion to state October 22nd?
yes.
Kim, are you in agreement with that?
Yes.
Okay, October 26th, sorry. I looked at the wrong calendar. Okay, October 22nd. This is table 2. Any discussion? Tierney, how do you go?
Yes.
Kimberly? Sam?
Yes.
Andrew? Yes. Motion carried. I'm gonna revisit this on October 22nd. Did everyone have a chance to review bills and claims?
Yes.
Yes.
I make a motion to pay the bills and claims in the amount of $64,017 and six.
Andrew moved, Kimberly second to pay bills and claims in the amount of $61,017.06. Any discussion? Andrew, how do you vote? Yes. Sam? Attorney?
Yes.
Kimberly?
Yes.
Motion carried. We are adjourned at 8:54. Hey, everyone. Good meeting. You can take it or you can. See you tomorrow night. See you tomorrow.